Hello all, if you are new, my name is Marin. I am a primary school librarian for grades pre-K through second, and this is going to hopefully be a week in my librarian life. However, I did not film Monday. Today's actually Tuesday. I tried to film yesterday, but as I mentioned in my last video, which I will link up above, that was a work day where I had the day to do what I needed to do. Things are a little hectic and chaotic right now. So the library is being used for a number of things, so it makes filming very difficult. So they are doing some testing on students because we are full up. We have like no empty rooms in our building. So they've been using the library for like small groups, interventions, testing, etc. So it makes filming kind of difficult. On top of that, I have other things that I am having to do. So I don't have the amount of time that I used to have when I was filming these more frequently. So we're just gonna do the best we can, see what kind of footage we can manage to get. But again, it's Tuesday already, and I didn't manage to film anything yesterday. So we're gonna try our best to get some footage for this video because I know it's been a while since I've done one of these. So let me go ahead and share lessons for this week. And then I need to get the baskets to the classrooms that have library today and get the day started. So let's go ahead and go over those lessons. So next week is our book fair. So for first and second grade, I'm actually doing like an activity that has to do with that. I found this book fair activities pack, if you will. This is from Library Learners on Teachers Pay Teachers. I'll link it down below. But it is a book fair seek and find where they use the flyer and they need to find like 9 different things. So I'll just go ahead and hold it up so you can see. Go ahead and pause if you want to read them all. But that's one thing that we're doing. We're kind of doing that together. And then on the back, they have the opportunity to write down a wish list. So the title of the book, the price. We have not been able to actually calculate out the tax because it's been taking us a while. I obviously just did it for the first time yesterday. Second grade did better than first grade, which does make sense. They are better readers. So yeah, that is for first and second. That's what we've been doing just to kind of get them excited about the book fair, hopefully get them asking their parents to give them some money or set up their e-wallet so that they can shop, because we are on a budget freeze in my district. So I have no money to spend for next year. So whatever money I make from the book fair is what I have, but I have to use it for Scholastic, and Scholastic does not have all the books I need. So it's a whole big mess. I'm probably going to have to use the public library because I do not think that budget freeze is going to be lifted for next year, but we'll just kind of see how it goes. Anyway, that's another thing that's been kind of chaotic with this year. So that's for first and second. Kindergarten, we are reading Dad Bakes. This is about a little girl whose dad is a baker, and then they are making connections with the character in the book by doing this lesson right here. As always, this is from the Read Aloud Librarian. Again, I will link it down below. She has curriculums for all grade levels, K6, I think. So this is the kindergarten lesson, and it says, I like to blank with my blank. So they are going to pick a person that they like to do an activity with, draw a picture of it, and then if they can, write the sentence out. Most of them are not ready to write sentences. So that is the lesson. For pre-K, I can't quite remember. I'll talk about that one tomorrow because I have them tomorrow, so I will need to put their lesson together, but I cannot remember what book we're doing. So I will talk about that one later, but yes. Kindergarten, Dad Bakes. I did this lesson last year with them, and then for first and second, we are doing the book fair activity. So those are the lessons. And now I need to put chairs down and get those baskets delivered and get the day started. So I will do my best to check in with you today. But as I said, the library is being used again for testing. So we'll just kind of see how it goes, and I will bring you along as best I can. They also have already delivered the book fair, as you can see. So this is just going to sit here until I put it out on Friday. Hello all, happy Wednesday. I am going to go ahead and talk about pre-K's lessons. So we will be reading This is Gus. This is by Chris Chatterton. This is about a dog that does not like a lot of things. He's very grumpy. And it says, the only thing Gus seems to like is sausages. Will the arrival of a new puppy change his mind? So that is going to be the book. We are working on illustrations or being an illustrator. So their assignment will be to illustrate Gus. And then on the back, we will color the animals that are in the book, and the dog is the only one. There's not a worm, there's not a penguin. So just the dog will get colored, and then that's gonna be it. After they finish their lesson, I always give them like free time to play, which is good because then that gives me a little bit of time to like do other things. Pre-K comes in with an aide, so she kind of helps manage and everything and make sure they're doing the right thing, which is very helpful. So that is going to be the plan for pre-K. The only other class I have is 2nd grade, and again, I am just doing the book fair activity that I already talked about yesterday. So this should be a very chill day because I only have 2 classes and I have some free time. I have an intervention group that I have to do in the afternoon with 1st grade, but that lesson is all planned out for us. So hopefully we'll have a decently chill day, but time will tell. So I'm going to go ahead and put chairs down and work on the book fair flyers for the 2nd grade class that I have today, and a couple of other classes that I'm going to try to get a head start on because I have to staple all of them myself. So on the front, I put a note, like a half sheet with a QR code that takes them to the website where they can put together their child's e-wallet, which just means they put money online and then they have that in an account for the kids to shop, and then the flyer that actually goes home. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what you're going to see. I have books to shelve, books to check in. So we'll take care of all of that throughout the day and hope that this will be a nice, chill Wednesday. Fingers crossed. All right, I'm going to go ahead and talk about my lesson for pre-K for next week, just because I know that I'm not going to be filming one of these videos next week with the book fair. So I will be reading Llama Llama, Graham, and Grandpa, which I did read to them last year. The lesson's going to be pretty much identical. They will be drawing a character from the story, the llama in this case, and then coloring the animals that are in the book, which I believe is just going to be the llama. I don't think there's anything else in this book. It's been a while since I've read this one. I read it to pre-K last year, so I don't quite remember. Yeah, no, it's just the llama. So the lesson will be identical, but I did go ahead and run that off so that it's ready for next week. One less thing for me to worry about. For 1st and 2nd grade next week, I'm probably going to have them bring their Chromebooks to the library so that they can just get Uncodable or Epic or do like Imagine Math or Blue Robot, whatever they want to do. That would all keep them entertained and it will make it easier to do the book fair. So that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do next week. I haven't fully decided, but that's what I'm leaning towards. Now it is 12:48 and I do not have to be in the 1st grade classroom for intervention until 1:45. So I have about an hour, which is good. I have some books that I want to put away and get checked in, and I would really like to finish processing the books that I started working on in my last video. So I'm going to stop talking and take care of that stuff. I also need to do the book fair flyers for my 2nd grade class today. So enough talking, let me get busy. Good morning all. It is Thursday, which is by far my hardest day of the week because I have the most challenging classes today. So it is 8:57. The bell rings at 9:05. So I am taking care of a couple of things. First, I'm printing off the items that one of these 2nd grade classes has checked out because they can never remember what books they've checked out, and the teacher likes to check them off to make sure they've turned them in. So I'm going to do that right now. And then I need to take the baskets to the classes that have library. I have 4 classes today, 2 kindergarten, a 1st and a 2nd. The 1st kindergarten class is a little rough, but it is the 1st and 2nd grade classes that are probably the hardest in the whole building. So that's what my day looks like. So I am going to go ahead and get myself ready. I am just printing this right now. Yesterday, I did not get everything done that I was hoping to, per the usual. So unfortunately, I still have a stack of books here that have not been processed, and I have some books that I need to shelve. Plus I need to finish the book fair flyers. I only have, I think, 2 classes left. I have a kindergarten class and a first grade class. I think and a second grade. So I have 3 classes left. So I'm gonna try to knock those out this morning just to get those done. And then we're gonna go ahead and see how much time I have left and possibly be able to deal with these books over here, because I have put barcode labels on them, but I do not have them stamped, and I don't have the spine labels. I've printed the spine labels, but I haven't been able to get them on yet because I just haven't had time. So I would love to do that, but obviously that is kind of low priority considering that I do have classes that I need to prep for. So I am not sure how much footage I am going to get today. Thursdays and Fridays are just super busy with the full class load. So I will do my best to bring you along and at least give you a little updates here and there. So I'll see you when I see you. Good morning all, happy Friday. I have a class in like 3 minutes, so I'm just quickly starting today's footage. I spent my planned time sharpening colored pencils again, putting some books away, etc. So we are ready to go for my morning class. I will need to make more copies of the book fair thing. The copy machine was not working, so I'm gonna have to do that in the office, but I will do that later. I am not sure if I will get to check in with you anymore today. If I don't, I will close out this vlog at home. I am staying late today to set the book fair up. Okay, just had students come in to drop off a Peep for me, which matches my shirt. If you can see, it's Peeps reading books, also matches the bulletin board. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get Friday started. Thursday was really rough. I knew it was going to be. It's my hardest day of the week, so hopefully today will be smooth sailing. We'll cross our fingers. One more day to go. Hello all, it is Saturday, but I wanted to go ahead and close out this week's vlog. So yesterday I was at school until about 6 o'clock setting up the book fair, but it is all ready to go. I got all the books shelved that had been turned in, and everything is kind of ready for like a clean slate, with the exception of that stack of books that I still have not been able to find time to process. So those are just gonna continue to sit until I can kind of get them ready to go. We'll kind of see how that goes. But yes, everything's ready for the book fair. Friday was a pretty good day. I mentioned Thursday is by far my hardest day of the week, and that held true again this week as well. It's always a bad sign when the classroom teacher struggles with the kids too, so you know, we made it through. And I now have Monday off, but it is our last day off for the remainder of the school year. So we are in it for the long haul, if you will. We don't have that many days left, but kids definitely have spring fever, and patience is very short. So we made it through this week. Friday was a good day. I had probably the easiest class on Friday. I love that class. They just are really good about following directions, and they seem to really enjoy whatever activities I give them. So they had a lot of fun looking through the magazine, finding books to meet the prompts and things like that. The second grade class also did a good job with that. So yes, the only struggle is the kindergarten class. Kindergarten across the board is just difficult. I've mentioned that in vlogs previously, but Friday was a good day, and I was able to end the week on a positive note. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and close out this vlog. If you enjoyed, please leave me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel if you would like to see more from me. If you made it to the end of this video and would just like to leave me an emoji to show that you were here, you can leave me an apple emoji, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.